Imagine waking up one day and realising you're one of the best footballers in the world, representing not just your country, but an entire continent. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, that's exactly what Son Heung-min did, going from an unknown teenager to one of the most valuable and beloved footballers in the world. But how did he get there? How did Son go from training in South Korea to taking over the Premier League? Let's dive into the incredible journey of this football legend. Son Heung-min's story is anything but ordinary. Born in Chuncheon, South Korea on June 8, 1992, Son didn't start his football journey in the usual way. In fact, he didn't play a match until he was a teenager. Instead, his early years were spent under the strict guidance of his father, Sun Woo-jung, a former professional player who had to retire early due to an Achilles injury. Now imagine being a kid and being told you couldn't play in any matches. Instead, your dad makes you spend hours juggling a football, honing your skills, basically perfecting every tiny detail of your technique. This wasn't your average kick the ball around training. Son's father believed in one thing: focus on your technique first and everything else will come later. And trust me, it worked. Son himself has opened up about how tough this training was. In fact, he once said, "For 4 hours, I would juggle the ball. After 2 hours, the floor looked like a roller coaster, and I could see 3 balls instead of 1. But despite the pain, Son's dedication paid off. Fast forward to 2008. Son was now a promising teenager, playing for the FC Seoul under-18s. Little did he know that this would be the start of something huge. In a twist of fate, the South Korean Federation set up a deal with Hamburg in Germany, allowing a select few players to try out for the club. Guess who got the chance? That's right, Son Heung-min. And let me tell you, Hamburg wasn't prepared for what they saw. At just 16 years old, Son immediately stood out due to his sharp technique. This wasn't just your average teenager showing up for a trial, he was already a gifted ball controller thanks to all those hours spent juggling. He was ready for the big stage. Now, here's where things get interesting. Son's football was ahead of the curve, but life in Germany, not so much. He didn't speak the language, and he wasn't used to the cold, rainy weather. But in true Son fashion, he adapted quickly. And do you know how? By watching SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah, you heard that right. Son himself admitted that while he couldn't speak German, he'd watch episodes of SpongeBob to learn the language. He said, "I couldn't speak English or German, so I just watched SpongeBob to listen." Honestly, who knew SpongeBob was the secret to becoming a Premier League star? But it wasn't all fun and games. After making his mark in Hamburg, scoring a dream debut goal in the Bundesliga, Son's potential was undeniable. He kept climbing the ranks, earning recognition for his skill. By 2013, Bayer Leverkusen snatched him up for around €10 million, a massive move at the time. In his first season, Son impressed everyone by scoring a hat-trick against his former club, Hamburg. I can only imagine how the Hamburg fans felt watching their old star demolish them. But it wasn't just on the pitch where Son made an impact. His rise brought attention to Leverkusen in South Korea and even helped the club out financially when the TV company LG became their shirt sponsor. Talk about a win-win. But there was still one more dream for Son to chase: the Premier League. And in 2015, Tottenham Hotspur came calling with a massive €30 million transfer fee. He was officially the most expensive Asian footballer at the time. His Premier League debut was nothing short of magical. Scoring in his first game against Crystal Palace, fans were already predicting he would take the league by storm. But like any true athlete, Son's journey wasn't without its ups and downs. That first season, he only scored 8 goals in 42 games, a far cry from the numbers we see today. Was this a setback? Maybe, but it was all part of the process. Despite these early struggles, Son turned things around and became Tottenham's star player. Fast forward to today, and Son Heung-min has not only cemented himself as one of the best players in the Premier League, but also as a hero for millions of fans across Asia. Let's talk numbers. Since joining Spurs in 2015, Son has consistently been one of the Premier League's most dangerous attackers. He's notched up 141 goals and 78 assists in 362 appearances across all competitions at the time of recording this video. But it's his Premier League stats that truly stand out. In the Premier League alone, Son has scored over 100 goals for Spurs, becoming one of the club's all-time top scorers. He's achieved this feat in just over 200 games, showcasing his incredible consistency. And it's not just about the goals. Son has consistently provided assists, with a combined total of 47 assists in the Premier League. Son's impact is undeniable, especially in terms of his contributions in big matches. He scored his 100th Premier League goal against Leicester City in February 2022, making him the first Asian player in history to reach that milestone. Let's talk about that golden boot. In the 2021-22 season, Son Heung-min made history by becoming the first Asian player to win the Premier League golden boot. He finished the season tied with Mohamed Salah, but with fewer penalties scored, proving he was a more clinical finisher from open play. And get this, Son achieved this incredible feat without taking a single penalty. He's the epitome of efficiency, and that wasn't a one-off. Over the years, Son has proven himself time and time again as one of the most consistent players in the Premier League, especially in terms of his ability to score goals, create chances, and perform when it matters most. So after all these years, where does Son Heung-min rank among Premier League greats? Well, let's just say he's earned a place in the conversation. His total of 141 goals across all competitions makes him one of the club's top scorers, and for Spurs fans, Son is now considered irreplaceable. Not only does he have the numbers to back it up, but Son's style of play, the pace, the dribbling, the clinical finishing is a joy to watch. He's become a complete forward, capable of scoring from anywhere on the pitch, and his versatility makes him a nightmare for defenders. The stats don't lie. Son Heung-min's journey in the Premier League is a testament to his talent, hard work, and adaptability. With his consistency, technical ability, and performances in clutch moments, he's proven to be one of the most valuable players, not just for Tottenham Hotspur, but for the entire league. And even though he's yet to lift a Premier League trophy, Son's legacy in the Premier League is secure. He's shown time and time again that you don't need to win trophies to be considered one of the best in the world.